Professor Remi Sonaiya, it's good to have you on State Affairs.
Thank you very much.
Good
it's
to
my
see
pleasure.
You again.
My pleasure to be here.
You look beautiful.
Thank you very much. Thanks, thanks for inviting me.
And what is it about your hair? How did you choose the style?
I just decided to wear a new look. You know, I have very, very short hair.
Yeah.
But once in a while, I like to look different, so that's it.
And you look African.
It is my preferred style.
What's special about looking African?
Because I am one. It's part of my identity. And I often say actually that I, have a very big sense of being African, Okay, you could be Beninois, you could be Senegalese and things like that. But, I do enjoy and appreciate my identity as an African. So.
And you've been a fighter to make Africa come top in world politics. The reason you decided to join the presidential race in 2015.
Yes, thank you very much. Because, I have often wondered whether Nigeria is not failing Africa. My thinking has been that if Nigeria could get things right, that maybe Africa, would stand a better chance of, playing the role that we should on the global stage, giving us more dignity, better consideration as Africans in general.
In that case, you dream of a different worldview that will lift humanity, especially those from your country, to a level of comfort.
Yes, I have dreams. What is a human being without dreams? When you look around you and you are not satisfied with what you see, you should be able to dream, loftier dreams, better, and you just imagine, what if my circumstances could be improved upon? What if things could be different? And once you have said that to yourself, then the next stage would be, what do I need to do to make my dreams come true?
In this book, you told a story. The narrative is clean. The story is soft, but you went through hard roads.
We're talking about the book that we are holding, One Woman's Race, where I catalog. It's really like a reflective kind of book. After contesting for the presidency in 2015, I knew I would have to process all the experiences that I had and then, put everything in a book. It took me a while to actually settle down to doing it, but I finally did. And this is the outcome. It's small, but I didn't feel that I needed to go on and on and on about the issues. I just told my story. How did I get here? What are the influences that I have had in my life that I felt contributed to putting me where I was, making me the kind of person that I am, and so on and so forth. And then the real experience of being on the road, being a contestant in the presidential election in Nigeria.
What informed the title?
Actually, if you look at the back, I said that the first title which came to my mind for this book was Why I Ran. Like I said, I wanted to process the whole experience. But then as I considered why I ran, it had a sense of finality to it. as if where I ran and then I've stopped running.
Okay.
You know, and I didn't like that. I knew I had not stopped running. That even if I would, you know, I was hoping to be a candidate again, and you know, but I'm not, because my party chose, you know, somebody else to be the candidate for the upcoming election. But still, you know, there's a sense in which I think I will always be running. I'll always be running in whatever capacity to ensure that I see the kind of, you know, Nigeria that I would love to see, to make my contribution to this country. So I just then thought, okay, I'm just one woman, you know, who tried to run a race. So I said, okay, one woman's race. That was how I came up with the title.
And some almost tagged you a gender candidate.
Yes, I think, you know, we are still at that level where, you know, when you have a field that is almost dominated by men, if a woman, you know, ventures into that field, it's like, you know, you stand out and it's all gender and so on. You know, but like I said in this book, I did not go into politics in Nigeria, you know, waving a gender flag. You know, it's not like, oh, we women must be given a chance and things like that. That was not my intention. I went in as a Nigerian, as a citizen of this country who felt that she had something to give, who felt like that, you know, we were not where we should be as a nation. Of course, you know, there was no way I could escape the gender thing, because, you know, I mean, okay, being the only woman among 13 contestants.
But not the first woman?
Not the first. In fact, the third. Because Mrs. Mojisola Obasanjo had contested in 2007. Ebete Ndok,
your classmate,
my classmate in St. Anne's School, Ibadan, had contested in 2011. And I found that interesting that, you know, my classmate would have gone, you know, for the same race. However, those ones did not catch the attention of the populace as much as mine did for some reason.
To some, you were the star of the 2015 presidential election.
Well, if they choose to see it that way, then I thank God for it. Well, you know, yes, I probably stood out because I'm a woman.
And you took a big opportunity. That talk in Abuja, when you made that speech, warning the people.
Yes, I think maybe that was actually where it's all started. That was probably where attention got drawn to me. Because here we were, they collected all the candidates together and said, you know, you should come and make a commitment to non-violence during the elections. You know, and I got there and I was really surprised. I was taken aback by what I saw. They had collected the international, how would I say, community in Abuja to come and watch us commit ourselves to non-violence and so on, to promise that we would not be violent. And I was feeling pretty bad. You know, I felt ashamed that INEC needed to do that. What is it about running elections? I mean, we're not the only country in the world that holds elections. Why is it that, you know, we can't do things just the way everybody else does? You know, so I made that speech, which caught everybody. Was like, who is this?
It caught my eye.
It caught everybody's eye. It was like, you know, and I was really angry. I said, I hope this is the last time that we would ever do such a thing. You know, like
when you made this
like
statement,
a teacher.
were you really hopeful that was going to be the last time?
that we would need to do that. Yes, I really hoped so. I really hope so. I don't think that Nigerians should continue to feel that we are a different set of human beings. You know, I would like us to see ourselves just like other people. If others manage to conduct, you know, easy elections without violence, why not us? What is it about being Nigerian that says, you know, things that work well elsewhere should not here? I find those are the fundamental issues that actually, you know, brought me into politics.
And your husband was a pillar of support. He gave you your first 1 million naira check.
He gave me my first 1 million naira check, yes.
And told you to hit the ground running.
Yes, yes. He said, you know, do politicians just loiter around the house, you know, not doing anything? Don't you think that you should get out there and contest? How would your party get known if you don't participate in elections and things like that? So it was a direct challenge, and I took him up on it. You know, I took it up and got
he was
in the
so
fray.
proud of your adventure. He would tell everybody that cared to listen.
Yes, he was. He really was. He really was. I'm very, very blessed, I would say, to have that kind of man as a husband.
The way you told the story about him, I wonder if he has ever made you cry.
Let's not go. Let's not go into that. I mean, we are all human beings, all right. But definitely, this one is he's special. Let me tell you. Recently, he was talking to a group of people. I held a public presentation of this book in Ife, and he was telling the people there that, you know, people have often asked him why he allowed me, you know, to go into politics. So he went into this thing about what is marriage if not, you know, a partnership between equals. That if he had been the one going into politics, would people be asking me, Remi, why are you allowing your husband to go into politics? So why are people asking him, you know, about allowing him? You know, so he really does feel that, you know, we're equals, and that each of us has the right, you know, and the privilege also, you know, to pursue their goals, to pursue the areas of their gifting, of their talents, and so on. And he's quite supportive in that.
He's also Professor Sonaiya.
He is, yeah. He's a professor of agriculture, animal science.
On page 70 of the book.
Page 70?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so let's look at it.
The second paragraph. You said, we have evolved a system which is geared more towards putting up a showman, actually allowing the electorate to have a sense of who the candidates really are, the skills and abilities they are bringing to the job, as well as their perspectives on a broad range of issues. This has mostly been the pattern so far, especially for candidates running on the platforms of the bigger political parties. The party is the candidate, and big rallies are organized across the nation, all in a bid to demonstrate their size and importance, and also cow the opposition.
Yes, yeah. Look at what campaigns are in Nigeria. What you see mostly is not really an engagement with the candidate. The people are not seeking to know the candidate. What are the skills? What are the competencies that this candidate is bringing to the job? You know, it's as if they really don't care. It's all about celebrating a party. Dancing, you know, making big uniforms, and, you know, having big rallies in at least the capital cities across the nation. Is that really what is needed? Is that what will promote our country? So that's why I have the feeling that, campaigns have been mostly about, put up a show, and cow the opposition, let them feel small, and then the winner takes all. Yeah.
What can be done to such a political culture?
I am one for independent candidates, actually. I have a feeling that Nigerian political parties have not played a good role, in terms of developing our political culture in the country. The political parties are the gatekeepers, but what kind of gatekeeping do they do? They have evolved a culture of money politics. So it's if you don't have money, don't even, and I'm talking mostly about the big parties, because a lot of small parties have come up precisely in order to challenge the status quo. But we still see that, for the general populace, money is still the name of the game. The one who has plenty of money to distribute tends to get elected.
I wondered how you coped with KOWA Party under such a political culture, running to the president in 2015.
Well, I coped, but what I am saying is that, this whole thing is keeping us down. I'm wondering how long it will take for a candidate of KOWA Party or of some other, party, smaller, not engaged in this kind of culture. How long will it take